ready and waiting.
The Southern 500 has always been a special place for me, and it always will be a special place.
Bobby Meyer's Oldsmobile, 117 miles an hour.
I was here. He had I think he was in one of Petty's Oldsmobiles.
He was in a sport that was new, and he was one of the early pioneers. My dad and my uncle both.
I used to watch him race. Used to go by the race shops when I was a kid, 9, 10 years old.
The green flag, they're off.
I was about 12 years old, I guess, when Bobby lost his life here.
Right down there in that turn, or what is now the first turn, when they had the accident.
Connie Flock and Thomas's car spins out at the end of the backstretch.
And he's sitting right up against the wall, right along in here.
The leaders are coming around at top speed.
My dad was about third. There's a couple of cars dived down under Flock. It just wasn't where to go.
Look out!
And the car flipped, rolled, and
Meyer's car flips 3 times.
every time somebody gets hurt or we have some problem in racing, we make changes.
We had 4-inch aluminum roll bars, as I recall right then.
My dad's car had aluminum roll bars in it, which at the time was probably something that they thought was a great idea. We come to find out that it wasn't a great idea.
And they weren't near as good as what we've got now.
Everybody wants to know what my biggest win is. It's not Daytona. Of course, that was great. It wasn't Indianapolis. That was great. It wasn't all of those championships that I was a part of that team that won, but it was to come down here and win the Southern 500 for the first time. I remember one good thing about my dad. I remember him coming home from a race, and I said, "Dad, where's the trophy? Where's the trophy?" And he told me something very important right then. You can't eat trophies. So it's not all about that big trophy. They were doing this for a living.
They did their part during their period to help move the sport.
It's because of the sacrifices of people like my dad, and the list goes on, the early pioneers that did it for the love of the sport. You know, they get no credit for what they did, but if it wasn't for those guys, these guys couldn't be here today, you know, racing for $1 million.